Welcome back, guys, to Tales of Xillia after heading all the way to the bottom and back up top of the Labaria Hollow, finding out more things about Aspyrixis and boosters and what Tipo really is. We pursue Elize and Leia across the bridge on our way back to Jandu, if that is really where we're going to be heading back to in the end. We'll have to see. And we've taken the bridge. Hello, girls! We're going to have to fight this enemy to get round you, mind you. Oh, we don't mind that, a bit of bashy, especially with our new upgrades of stats and whatnot. Being minced, as you say. And stop from casting my massive spell. An enemy nearly defeated. Big fist coming in though. Come on, Rowan, help me out. Well, up here's probably not good, but aerial guarding on the way back down seems to work quite nicely. One left. Are you going to finish it, or am I? Haha!
Fighting the only answer?
You've gotten all beaten up again.
Really? What's my... Oh, just a little bit. I do block, just no one likes me. No one heals me. You've got no Leia to heal either at the moment.
How is she doing?
She's fine. Well, as fine as can be expected, given what she's learned. Anyway, this place is dangerous. Let's get back to the city.
I just trust in your healing, that's all.
I don't want to keep you alive that much.
Oh, that's me! But I'm imagining we can now fast travel back to Jandu, but we have here another skit. Elize's Stalker.
So what's the deal with that giant guy in Elize? Is that her stalker or something?
What's a stalker?
It's like when someone's super obsessed with everything you do and follows you around.
I see. So you would be Jude's stalker, for example.
What? Milla, how could you?
Doesn't it seem like that man knows the truth about Elize's past?
Zhao seemed very concerned about Elize's well-being, but I don't know why.
Zhao, you say? I've heard that name before.
He might be a warrior of some renown. He has a remarkable talent for controlling monsters.
Interesting.
Which would mean he's a resident of Jandu for sure, wouldn't it?
He does seem like he should be the type.
That's for sure. Right, fast travel, is that an option now? All the way back to Jandu we go. Full speed ahead. The Royal Hunting Grounds entrance.
Something on your mind?
Huh?
You haven't been yourself since we spoke to Zhao.
Yeah.
I heard you followed the bad guys into the hunting grounds. I was worried. Well, it was an eventful manhunt, but we made it back in one piece. I'm so sorry you all got dragged into this. What a horrible coincidence.
Isla, you can drop the act.
What do you mean? I really was worried about you. Why would I lie about that? Jude, what are you saying?
I'm saying it was no coincidence we met Isla. Remember what those locals told us when the bell rang for the finals? At tournament time, any outsiders are either combatants or spectators.
Right. I recall what she said when she came to help us.
You folks don't look like you're from around here. What brings you to town?
No one here would need to ask that. Not at tournament time. You were ordered to make contact with us. By Exodus.
Isla, that's not true, is it? They said you'd never find out. They promised. But I had no choice in the matter.
They blackmailed you, didn't they? They know your secret.
Your former occupation.
They asked, wouldn't it be a shame if Yurgen found out? What happened to the girl breaks my heart. But I had no choice back then either. Please don't tell Yurgen.
He doesn't know.
How could I tell him? He's a good man.
But it's all in the past, isn't it? Your fiancé should know these things.
You're a woman. How can you not understand this?
damaged goods. If he found out about my past, he'd leave me. I finally found happiness with Yurgen. For once in my life, please, don't tell him. Please.
I doubt I'll ever understand human love. It has so many rules and conditions. What should we do, Elize? You decide.
Me? Why do I have to?
This woman's actions affected you far more than us.
There's nothing I can do to make it up to you. But please, forgive me.
I just don't care anymore. Elise is all alone now, no matter what you do. We better try to find Yurgen. We need to talk to him about the wyverns.
What's wrong, kid?
Isla said there was nothing she could do to make it up to Elize. But did she actually try? Is there really nothing she can do?
Isla is the only one who can answer that question.
Something tells me your Jude is not going to let that slide.
We've got leverage on her. I wouldn't have let that go. I'll take 50% of all your earnings for the rest of your life, or I tell your husband. Thank you!
Not going to go for the truth approach. Make her tell it.
Maybe, after I've got enough money.
But we should have this side quest done here, but we also have a skit, Gambling Troubles. Will Tipo be his normal, sprightly self yet again?
Hey, sounds like they allow wagering at the Shandu Coliseum. Want to give it a shot?
Leia really loves to gamble.
Count me out.
That's surprising. You seem like the type who would enjoy that sort of thing.
Gambling's a big thing in my hometown. I've seen it go wrong time and time again.
Oh, come on! We'd just be doing it for fun.
The folks who lose their shirts all start out saying that. It's the first rule of betting. If you're just goofing around, don't gamble. If you want to gamble, don't goof around.
So, in other words...
Only gamble when you're willing to stake everything.
Exactly.
Little dramatic, don't you think?
If you really want to play, I'm not going to stop you. Just some friendly advice.
Alvin sure got serious all of a sudden.
Maybe we should take his advice.
Yeah, let's skip the gambling.
Aww.
Not much of a gambler myself, to be honest. I like to bet on certainties and certainties only. Not fun like that. We've got ourselves another skit here, Alvin's acquaintance. Could this be talking more about Isla?
Maybe I should pay a quick visit.
A visit to where?
Oh, did you overhear that? It's nothing. Just an acquaintance who lives here is all.
I don't think it's his mum somehow.
Really? Well, we could try and check it out, I guess. Maybe if that house was the right house. We could barge in, bust in, but let's just hand in this subquest first. With your help, you were able to chase the poachers away. They're kind of dead. Thank you. Of course, it's only a matter of time before they or someone like them shows up again. When they do, I hope we can count on you. And we'll take the horns and 5,600 gold. Why, thank you. Let's move on. Right, so we need to head up this way for the wyverns next. We've got ourselves another sub. Introductions in Shandu.
Remember that beautiful woman I saw you speaking to in Shandu?
Carla? What about her?
How odd that you never bothered to introduce me.
Do you want to meet her?
What's this? There's someone you want me to meet. Oh my. Well, I suppose it would be rude to refuse.
Always loves a pretty lady, our Rowan. A hotel for the night.
Are you okay? We should stop and rest.
No, I'm fine.
You shouldn't push yourself.
Well, since we've got lots of little skits, are they trying to lead us exactly towards Carla? Towards the inn? Towards places like that?
I can't remember who Carla is.
away from Alvin's mum. Let's try to break in then. Alvin, will you let us? Ooh.
Who's this?
My mother. She's not doing too well. I don't have a father or any siblings, so I have Violet look after her when I'm not around.
Well, hello.
Hi.
It's nice to see you, Balin. Slipped out of your house to come play, did you? What a shame that Alfred isn't here to play with you now. Where did that boy go off to?
What is she talking about?
Leticia, Alfred's away at boarding school, remember?
Oh, yes, that's right. That poor boy must be crying his eyes out. He's so shy, and he always gets so lonely.
Don't worry. He sent a letter saying he's fine.
Oh, yes, and that he'll come home for his next break. I promised we'd take a trip on the big boat when he does.
I know. Alfred said he can't wait to go.
You know what he said in his letter? He said he hoped that I wasn't crying. Isn't that funny? He's such a kind, thoughtful boy.
Being away from our hometown has been tough on her. And my dad dying didn't help. All she talked about was how she wanted to go back home to the house we all lived in. Maybe she's happier now that she's forgotten all about that life.
Oh.
You've been doing all this for your mother?
Yep. All these dirty jobs, it was all for Mommy. Touching tale, isn't it?
Alvin, you don't have to be like this.
Spare me your sympathy. It's all rotten in the end. It's enough to drive me crazy myself.
Excuse me.
Got something to say?
Listen. You know that I was an orphan too, right? If I hadn't gotten involved in that line of work, I never would have survived my childhood.
In other words, don't say anything to Yurgen.
Also, I don't want to look after Leticia anymore. And I want you to tell Exodus to leave me alone.
I'm afraid I can't do that. Only Exodus can make the medicine my mother needs. And you're the only doctor shady enough to prescribe it.
I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go straight.
Sorry. But I think it's a fair price for keeping my mouth shut.
How could you? All I want is to live happily with Yurgen.
And you can. As long as he doesn't find out about your past. All done.
But she's crying.
Yeah, she's a big old crybaby.
We're just gonna leave her like that?
If you're so worried, go console her. Comfort the poor, tragic princess.
Well, I kind of wish we didn't go now in some senses.
All she has to do is come forward to her husband in a way, and Alvin's got nothing on her though.
That's the point, really. Some mistakes, if you want to cover them up, you live your whole life with them on your back, and you have to deal with the mistakes you made in the past, no matter what. You can't just hide from them. Do I make any sense right now?
Probably.
But it's just, she has to atone for her sins, is the phrase I'd like to use. And so she can be leveraged upon, like Alvin just did. She can be extorted. It's just like, don't make these mistakes in the first place, but then, you know, you point
She
out...
could kill Alvin, and then all her problems would be solved.
Well, I guess that would work too. Let's not get too drastic. It's like she painted herself into a no-win situation to be able to stay alive. And yes, you may have done it to be able to stay alive, and Alvin's doing his thing to keep his mother alive. But it's just like, you can't go back on those decisions. You always end up with something haunting you, and not everyone can have a privileged life. I don't know what I'm going on about now. Let's head up to the Wyverns. Let's go claim our dragons. Though, to be honest, do we want to go to the Colosseum rather than here straight off the bat to get our Wyvern goodness? I think that might be the case. Where is he? We could tell became overly reliant on our chief's strength and failed to sufficiently strengthen ourselves. It's a mistake we mustn't make again. Are you over at the Colosseum, sir? Because we can fast travel right there, if I'm right in saying. Well, maybe we have to stay at the inn. Where is Mr. Sir Blokey McWyvern? He's got an extremely luxurious name. And here is yet again somewhere that he isn't. Where exactly are we looking for Yurgen? Well, an event thing is there, but I'm not sure that's it. And you, sir, you're not Yurgen, that's for sure. What are you doing? Ah, you must be the Catal clan champions. We are indeed. You have my deepest sympathies. I wish there was something I could say to make this easier for you. We've been disqualified. Mm-hmm. Make what easier for us? We won, right? You mean you haven't heard? I'm so sorry you have to hear it like this, but the final match was scheduled as a one-on-one duel. Because of everything that happened, I'm afraid the judges ruled it to be invalid, even though it was not one-on-one anyway on the other side. What? They broke the rules first! We were only defending Milla! Yes, I know. That's why your team's violation of the rules was overlooked. I should hope so. Come on, Milla, give him a piece of your mind. I don't particularly care. We failed to round up all of the Exodus members, but we largely accomplished our goal. Plus, I was able to test the extent of my power. You sure about this, Milla? I mean, you put your life on the line. I don't particularly care. But I do have one question. Our opponents and the tournament organizers were colluding with some other group, correct? You've been caught. I'm afraid that's true. They were the ones who arranged to have the rules changed and those strange weapons smuggled into the arena. When I found out, I tried to have them arrested, but they got away. I knew Exodus had to be involved. Indeed. Good to know for sure. So everything that happened was their fault, and we're the ones getting disqualified? No way! Please understand, this tournament's a long and hallowed tradition. We can't allow this disgrace to become public. So you'll announce that our match ended in disqualification, and everything will be covered up. Okay, that's nice of them. That's the adult world for you. In exchange, we'd be more than happy to give you a top seed in the next tournament. If you like, we can even provide you with information about your opponents. I'll pass. I don't intend to risk my life for a trophy. Okay then.
No.
We don't get any reward for the competition that we took part in either? Nothing. Well, I guess the Wyverns are supposed to be our reward, but still. Well, you've got a exclamation mark above your head, but I'm assuming that's for more Colosseum type things. Welcome, the January Colosseum single battle tournament won't begin for a little while yet. Please try to wait patiently and quietly until then. Well, we'll begin. Do you want to go on for some single glory?
Yes.
You do. Where's Yurgen? It's like Where's Wally, but with Yurgen instead. If only he was wearing red and white stripes, we'd be able to pick him out among the crowd here. Right, so where is he? Back at the inn, do you reckon?
I don't know.
I'd be betting on that, considering there were some events that were like, oh, I'm tired.
Well, perhaps we should go to the inn, hint, hint.
Hint, 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 hint. It's that kind of thing. Well, let's head inside and find out.
You don't look so good. Maybe we should take a few days off.
No, we can't afford to do that.
Ooh, ow! Such agony. I think I just threw out my back again.
Oh no! My, acute hiccup disorder. It's totally flaring up.
That sounds pretty serious. You two need to get some rest.
Please!
Yes, please. Ow, ow, ow!
Very well. I'd hoped to get an early start tomorrow, but I guess we can push our departure back a bit.
Does your Aspyrixis still hurt?
No, not as much as before.
Before? Before it was so bad that you passed out from the pain.
Without the Aspyrixis, I wouldn't be able to stand, let alone walk and fight. To me, there is no greater pain than having something to do and being unable to do it. Thanks to this, I can do what I have to. The pain is a small price to pay.
How's Milla doing?
She's pushing herself too hard.
Milla's so composed that it's easy to forget sometimes. But the fact is, she's making a difficult journey after suffering a terribly debilitating injury.
And taking it easy doesn't seem to be in her vocabulary.
If only there was some way to alleviate her pain. Even just a little.
If only we had a heart herb.
Oh, of course. Heart herbs are renowned for their ability to relieve pain.
Yeah, I learned about them in my pharmacology class. When used in aromatherapy, they're supposed to ease the tension in both body and mind.
They're also rare, bordering on extinction. I wanted to get a heart herb for a special lady once, but I couldn't find one anywhere.
I'm sure it won't be easy to find, but I want to try, for Milla's sake.
So a heart herb we have to find? For Milla's sake, her massive painkiller, I hope, something that can dull the edge of it. But still, where's Yurgen? The problem comes up yet again, so we'll continue looking for him next episode, guys. Join us for more Tales of Xillia then. Bye-bye.